Hello, I'm Johnny Draws, and I draw fake Pokemon designs. And Pokemon has this neat mechanic where depending on the gender of the Pokemon, their designs and evolutions might change. And I think technically it might be more accurate to call it sex-based design, and the original Japanese also uses the word sex. But knowing how fickle YouTube is, if I said I was an artist that drew Pokemon based on sex... Whoa, where am I? What happened? Anyways, this is the third video of the series. If you haven't watched the last two, please go ahead and check them out. For today, we are giving it a little twist. We are doing dark types only. Dark types usually have really interesting and varied designs, and they have an evil or mischievous vibe around them that gives them a lot of personality. The first dark type Pokemon I want to make is Cacturne. I feel like Cacturne's kind of a forgotten Pokemon, but I think we can do something interesting with it. Cacturne is based on a cactus and a scarecrow, and I think you can argue that this design can be unisex, but scarecrows do tend to lean slightly towards a male farmer look. Maybe we can do a female counterpart and we do some kind of a farm girl kind of look. I'm thinking of taking inspiration from the Wizard of Oz. If we have a scarecrow, we need Dorothy. I'm thinking of using her pigtails, and I want to keep the overalls and the puff sleeves. Let's also give it a straw hat to keep it a scarecrow. We also have to keep the haunted evil vibe of the original Cacturne in as well. Alright, so a female Cacnea evolves into Cacturne, like Anne of Green Gables. Cacturne lives in the desert and walks around for many hours. Despite its creepy appearance, Cacturne is a very friendly Pokemon and helps lost people find their way back home. It actually has a little Lillipup companion named Toto. No one knows the exact details on how this relationship was formed, but it's rumored that Toto was abandoned by its trainers long ago. And while wandering in the wild, Cacturne decided to help it find food and water, and ever since, they have been best friends. Cacturne is a dark and grass type, and its ability is Navigator. During a sandstorm, both Cacturne and its allies are immune to sandstorm damage. Here's a shiny version as well, leaning more into those desert colors. The next Pokemon I want to draw is Mandibuzz. I never knew this, but Mandibuzz has a 100% female gender ratio. I guess that makes sense when you look at the design. It has the ponytail, the long eyelashes, as well as the beauty mark. So how do we make a male counterpart? First of all, I want it to be a bald vulture, an emphasis on the bald. And I like this bone skirt that Mandibuzz has. Maybe we can flip it and give it like some kind of bone necklace. Also, Mandibuzz apparently likes to hunt Cubones. Okay, that's really sad. But we should definitely include it in our design. If Volibee is given a Dawnstone, it evolves into Mandibuzz, the Hustler. You might be confused why its name is Mandibuzz and its nickname is the Hustler. Mandibuzz has the best deals in town, and it has the items you are looking for. As a scavenger, Mandibuzz likes to collect any item he sees on the ground. Trainers can interact with Mandibuzz and buy rare items, even fossils. But beware, some of these prices might be jacked up. Mandibuzz is a dark and flying type, and its ability is Pickpocket. If Mandibuzz makes contact with another Pokemon, it might just take something it likes. He is definitely getting some of his products through illegal means. Here's a shiny version as well, making it a little older looking. The next Pokemon I want to draw is Scraggy. I always really liked Scraggy's design. The punk rock mohawk and his hip hop baggy pants are all so good for expressing personality. He's just so swaggy, and I think that makes him such a good Pokemon for villain teams like Team Skull. It would be cool if he had a female counterpart though. So what female aesthetic has baggy pants? You know, it kind of reminds me of those Step Up movies. The girls always have baggy pants, a sports bra, and for some reason they wear a beanie, and they always breakdance on some really wet puddle. Yeah, you know what? I think this can work. Alright, so a female Scraggy evolves into Scrumpy, the hip-hop dance Pokemon. Scrumpy is a laid-back Pokemon that's too cool for anything. However, she is constantly moving her body and can't sit still. She loves to dance and will begin to pop and lock if she ever hears a beat. When nearby Scraggy sees a Scrumpy dancing and doing headstands, they can't help but fall in love. Scrumpy is a dark and fighting type, and it has a new ability, Break It Down. When Scrumpy uses a dance-based move, the opponent lets down their guard. Here's a shiny version giving her more of a reptilian green color. Our final Pokemon for today is Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl has a 100% male ratio, and I guess that makes sense. It has broad shoulders and a wide chest area. And I think they were inspired by trolls from fairy tales or Oni from Japanese folklore. So how should we go about making this more female? I definitely want to change his silhouette into something more feminine. I kind of want to go with a crooked posture, like Opal. It gives off that witch-like vibe off a fairy tale. The main design of Grimmsnarl is the use of excessive hair, and I think we should double down on that. Like maybe this design is some witch with hair that comes down and can strangle you in their hair. Alright, so if you give a Dawnstone to a Morgrim, it evolves into Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is a mischievous Pokemon that lives deep in the woods. It likes to pretend to be self-conscious, hiding behind its abundance of hair. It tries to lure in empathetic Pokemon that wants to help it get out of its shell. However, when it gets too close, it catches them in a web of strengthened hair. Grimmsnarl feeds on negative emotions and likes to be with trainers that have a mean personality. It is a darkened fairy type and its ability is tangling hair. If a Pokemon makes contact with Grimmsnarl, they will get tangled in her hair locks. Here's a shiny version making her hair all white. Now it's time for the artist of the week. This art is from the artist Toxic Sketch Paw 94. This is Cumulohowl, and it seems to be a flying type Pokemon as it's inspired by cumulus clouds. If you want to submit your own art, the Discord link is in the description below. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.